And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Here we are, Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace, going against the nonsense of the mainstream media and providing you the timely truths and around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, marketing, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we're going to help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. Don't forget our number. Bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A lot of information available for you at consumerqb.com. You'll see links to all of our expert contributors and the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida that we've assembled, we've vetted, and we bring on the air to help you win every day, 5 o'clock drive time here on 1380 The Biz. And we're going to help you win. And let's give a shout out to our official restaurant partner, the Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza. Brio Tuscan Grill, International Plaza. It's a signature drinks, cozy atmosphere, wonderful food, fine Italian food there at Brio Tuscan Grill. And we enjoy coming over there and having a great meal at Brio Tuscan Grill at our International Plaza right on West Shore, 2223 North West Shore Boulevard in Tampa. And it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. James DeGerome in studio. He's our executive show producer with the Consumer Quarterback Show. Welcome in, sir.
Hey, Brandon. Really excited to be here. All the folks out there listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, you may want to know about the cast of characters and all the people behind the scenes. Well, this is your opportunity coming up. We've got this event coming up on Thursday, and it gives you a chance to really get to see the show itself. We're going to do a program right there on site.
Yeah.
And more importantly, meet the partners, meet all the people, the cast of characters that you've heard and seen on the show, and find a little bit about how you can relate to the quarterback show. And it's really a team, and we really want you to get a chance to meet everyone and come out and see how we do things.
Yeah, absolutely. And check us out there and at Brio Tuscan Grill. And also Ron Fuller's in-house as well, Director of Broker Sales, Mossy Oak Fence Company. Welcome in, sir.
Hey, Brandon. Always happy to be here with you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to talking about all things real estate. Talk about mixed fences and also homeowner association, HOAs.
Yeah, the HOAs, they sometimes get a bad rap, but they do serve a purpose.
You bet.
With keeping the communities up to par and uniform in some aspects. And John Gaston in the house as well, WeBeam TV. Welcome in, John.
Hi. Honey. What's up?
Always the delay.
Yeah.
That likes to keep you in suspense.
It's always a delay and a delight, Johnny.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to help you win. Let's talk about a couple of hot real estate properties here and kind of pay the bills, as we say in the biz here. I got a hot property on Mandalay over in Clearwater Beach. Check out this beautiful property on Mandalay in Clearwater. It's on the north side of Clearwater Beach, and it's one block off of the beach. You got direct access there to the bay when you walk across. And Mandalay Avenue in beautiful Clearwater Beach. It's a two-bedroom, two-bath property, over 1,800 square foot, split floor plan, and just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico there if you walk over across the street. And a beautiful property on Crikel Avenue in Riverview, 6601 Crikel Avenue in Riverview, 4-bedroom, 3-bath property, over 3,300 square feet here, fenced-in backyard. This is great for that family that has kids, and even with the nice shed in the back. There's a large building. The husband has his nice little work facility back there where he can hang out and tinker with cars if he's a motorhead or something like that. Crikel Avenue in Riverview, over 3,300 square feet, $349,000, and it's a great opportunity to buy here in beautiful Tampa Bay. All right. And we got our Name That Tune coming up, and our Feel Good Story of the Week as well is an interesting story here. Stranger on a train pays distraught woman's electric bill over the phone. So as an act of kindness. So we talk about that on our show as well. So let's go ahead and bring James into the conversation. So James, you've been a show producer now, I guess, almost a year, maybe getting close to that. And, we've got something unique here for business owners out there, business owners that want to come on the show and bring their own content to the show.
That's the thing. Everyone out there thinks about radio and TV, the media, and they want to build an ad or a commercial. But we let people know who you are. Your business is who you are. You know, at the end of the day, you're going to do business with people you like,
That's
people
right.
you get to meet, and you want to relate to them. Well, the way to get your message across, the way to introduce yourself to the entire Tampa Bay area, man, the Consumer Quarterback Show gives you a platform you really can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, it's very unique, and we have fun with it. 5 years on air now. We've actually written the book on radio and how to be on the on air and to repurpose the content. So, we want to help business owners out there. So any business owners that may be listening, we would love to interview you, kind of take a look at it, have you come in, check us out. We record our show Tuesdays and Thursdays. Come down, watch us do a show, and then, we'll treat you to lunch. We'll have some fun over at Brio and kind of talk about the process. So it's much more than just the airtime. It's a lot
Absolutely.
about, yep.
The networking side and the business side certainly is very real, but don't underestimate the fun that you have doing a radio show. You guys come down here and sit down here in the studio and get a chance to do a radio show. You'd be surprised how many friends you tell, hey, listen, that's me out there. It's a great thing to have your message put out there widely, but also, perform a little bit. It gives you an opportunity to put a performance on and let people know who you are. Again, sell yourself, but you'll have a lot of fun. I'm telling you, it's a good time, and everyone seems to enjoy it once they get in the studio and start to see how the thing works and get a chance to have a taste of it. They really enjoy it.
Yeah, and it allows you to develop yourself, develop your skills, your personal development, your professional speaking, getting outside of that box, growing, and stretching yourself. Being in front of a mic and in front of a radio and our TV here, Compliments of WeBeam TV, is, it's an interesting opportunity, and it allows you to grow as a professional, and stretching yourself is going to make you a better rounded person.
And in addition to that, you mentioned the networking side. We do everything that you get from every other traditional business organization. You talk about referring business to one another among the partners.
Yep.
Certainly we do that. Our presence on the radio and on the web. But we're going to help you with your social media construction. This idea that everyone's pushing out there socially, well, certainly you have to do that as a business owner. You want to be on every platform. We're going to give you content that fits right in there, that gives you that real, authentic, professional appearance.
That's
that
right.
It's hard to find everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to be that resource. So that's the best part, is that we're a consumer advocate here on the radio. It's everything that we do has the consumer in mind. It's all about helping you sort through a lot of the nonsense out there, like estate planning, for example. A lot of times people don't think about the estate planning until it's too late. A loved one's passed away. Real estate law, bankruptcy law. We've got Sean Yesner on the team. Family law is Joe Kearns, the attorney that we utilize for family law. And you think about divorce and how that affects people's lives. Alexander Financial, I think about where the financial side and the tax returns, the way that you're structuring your debt. When we have our mortgage partners, Mario Larea, Jason Brooks here on the show. So we've got a great team, and we're looking for more expert contributors.
I constantly find myself looking up and trying to research a little bit about what I've heard on the show, because we got people come in here, just Jason or Mario, like you mentioned, and there's something new that I learn, and I'm listening to them all the time.
Right.
And yet there's still more information on a daily basis. We're providing you with what's timely. And in addition to introducing you to some people right in your community that have the ability to help you and your business prosper. So it's definitely unique, and I feel like I'm looking forward to seeing the turnout for this event. I really feel like we've got a positive energy going out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to have some fun. I think Ian Beckles is going to be co-hosting with us that day. And we have a good time with the show. And we're actually, looking to syndicate nationwide. We're in the process of syndicating nationwide right now. And, when you look at the market, you look at Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater, the things that we're doing here, it's really a peak time for not only the United States, but also Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater.
One thing that comes to mind when you mention syndicate, and you mentioned Tampa, the content on the show, and it is a lot of fun, by the way, is something that you could syndicate. We might be in Tampa Bay, but your content, the things we discuss, most likely are going to be something that you could hear anywhere in the country.
Right.
And it will pertain to you, whether you're in Minnesota or 3 miles down the road from the studio.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times it is, especially when we're talking about the Trump tax plan, the effects of that, the way that it's looking. And, the stock market just hitting over $26,000, or 26,000, points.
Yep.
What a great time we're at here. I had an awesome listing appointment this week, too. Every now and then you have those cool listing appointments. Hopefully going to be listing a $1.5 million home for this gentleman. But I was talking to him about, hey, just asking questions like, how did you get to this point of success? He's got a $1.5 million house. He's about my similar age. I didn't flat out ask him, but he's plus or minus a couple of years here or there. Driving a Rolls Royce, beautiful home, and he was an immigrant from Israel, Jewish gentleman. And great story, because he talked about how he didn't even know the language when he moved over. He had an army buddy from the military that was training in joint ops from Lexington to Kentucky. So he moves into Kentucky, not knowing a thing. His wife taught him the language. He helps his friend out. His friend's working, an average style job, and he says to his friend, he says, "Hey man, let's do something more. Let's he's had that vision of America in his mind, right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So he would go to a Starbucks and drink his coffees every day, and he said he's just got to get out of the house. He can't sit in the house all day. So he's counting the cars at this car wash, and he starts adding the numbers up. He's like, wow, look at the money that they're making there. So he goes next door, talks to the lady that she was selling plants or something. He said he hardly ever saw her sell anything. So he said, can we rent your parking lot for $300 a month? Rents the parking lot for $300 a month and starts hand washing cars. 1 employee, 2 employees, 3 employees later, he's making thousands of dollars per month for his friend. And he gave that, he's like, here, this is your business. That's not my passion. I'm going to go do something else. Wow. So he started his own hair product line. Wow. And he's selling hair products. And he says, he goes to China, kind of condensing a long story here, but he goes to China, gets the product, and then he goes to try to sell the product, and he's getting a lot of doors slammed in his face. He's getting a lot of no's. But he had an interesting story about, behind him on how he said he saw this lady walking out of a store, and she was really loud. He said it was this loud lady, and he went up to her and said, "Hey, how would you like to make some money?" And he had an idea. So he printed out his product and on a piece of paper, had her walk in. He said this is before the internet and social media. Had her walk into these same shops that turned him down and demanded the product and said, do you have this product? And when they said no, he said, we want to let you get loud. So then he created a demand for his product. I mean, so kind of a long story, but when you think about what we have here and what we're kind of accustomed to, and then to see from an immigrant standpoint, the hunger that they have and the ingenuity and the ability to make things happen is a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
They see that opportunity, you're sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees. One of those things where you're walking around every day and you think, I just can't figure out how to, and someone from the outside goes, boy, do that. Yeah. Right there. It's right in front of you.
That's right. And don't take no for an answer. Don't settle. It reminds me of the story with Sylvester Stallone. If you ever get a chance, Google that on the internet, how his story came about. With Tony Robbins tells the story of Rocky. Really cool story on how that came out. But yeah, stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, more from our expert contributors, James DeGerome in studio. We've got Ron Fuller and John Gaston, WeBeam TV. So stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
Cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com. And we got some hot listings here with Platinum, and we're looking for more inventory. It's a low inventory market, seller's market right now. So we got a lot of buyers out here looking for inventory. Reach out. We would love to talk to you. Here's a hot one that we have up in the New Tampa area, Timberland Point Drive, 10217. Timberland Point Drive, Arbor Green is the subdivision. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath property. And you've got community pools, fitness rooms, lots of equipment, tennis courts, resort style pools, playgrounds, boardwalks to the middle school. Beautiful property here. Check out the real estate photography by Brave Frameworks as well on our website at platinummvprealty.com. Great property. And so I've got vacant lots available, vacant land here. Here's a lot that I've got, 5603 East Longboat Boulevard. In Tampa, $189,000 in a gated community, and it's one of the last lots available in that Bayport subdivision, East Longboat area, 5603 East Longboat Boulevard in Tampa. It's a great buying opportunity here in Tampa Bay. All right, back in studio, we're going to help you win no matter what you're facing. James DeGerome in studio. We've got we're talking about networking, the ability to come on the show, and Ron Fuller as well, longtime friend of the program, real estate expert, as well in his past life. And now he's working with Mossy Oak Fence Company. So, Ron, what are you seeing out there, man?
Well, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I thought we'd talk about real estate as an investment, which is always a favorite subject. Talk about mixed fences, and I want to give a shout out to the homeowners associations out there. I think it's often like taxes. People don't want to pay taxes, but if you get in a car accident and immediately the ambulance shows up, you're glad you see the benefit. And there is a benefit. Homeowner associations are there to protect your property values, and as you said, a continuity in the community. So perhaps you have an idea that a certain paint color looks good, but it doesn't match with the community, or perhaps you have a neighbor that's not taking care of their property, not mowing their grass. Homeowner associations serve an important purpose. And I've been through enough homeowner association meetings, even been in leadership where I can tell you it's a pretty thankless job.
Yeah, I bet, man.
But when we install a fence, if it's a development or a community, a PUD, planned unit development, anything like that, homeowner association approval is going to be a part of it. So we will create a any type of photo or whatever specs they need, but it's very specific so that it works within the community. So I see some communities only allow the aluminum metal fences, the black metal fences. Some only allow a PVC fence. Some allow wood or only want to allow wood, and maybe a particular type of wood. But mixed fences are something that I've been seeing a lot of lately, and they work really well. And the way the mixed fence works, Brandon, is perhaps you really want the privacy. You've got a small dog, you've got children, but you also are maybe on a retention pond. You're looking at a water feature, or perhaps on a golf course. So what we'll do is we can do a metal fence along the back, completely opens up your view to that beautiful water or that golf greenway. But by the same token, on the sides and back, we can do a privacy fence, and we'll actually transition it down if we have to go down from 6 foot to a 5 foot. There's a lot of ways to do it, a lot of attractive ways to do that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and when you look at the benefits of a fence, it's safety, it's security, it's there's a lot of ways that, especially for the dog owners, keeping people out, keeping dogs in, animals in. Tell us a little bit more about Mossy Oak.
Sure. So Mossy Oak, I mean, we're real proud of our wood. We use cedar. We're doing an amazing job. Our signature fence is what we call a capped wood. It's a beautiful, thick post. We cap the top and the bottom. It almost looks like a picture frame. And we use kiln-dried cedar, which is a wonderful product that holds up really well. But we also do a lot of metal. We do the security gates. PVC has become very, very popular. You want to make sure that there's quality going in. When from a distance, I call it the 15-foot distance. Fences all kind of look alike. You really need it to take a closer look. There's thickness. What type of materials you use, the hardware, is it going to rust? There's a lot that goes into a good quality fence.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ron, on a macro level here, what are you hearing? People you're talking to with the Trump tax plan being passed, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act being passed, and of course we're above 26,000 now in the stock market.
Yeah, I've enjoyed how the stock market sets a record and that it's a glass ceiling. It gets busted. Yeah. And we go higher and higher. If you listen to the media, which is, they used to report the news, now they just have an opinion or an agenda. Yep. But if you get past the noise of the leftist media, business owners, people who employ people, they're investing, they love the tax plan. In fact, Walmart, I don't know if your listeners know the story, Walmart gave raises and bonuses to a lot of their employees. I believe it was 1 million employees due to the tax break. Yep. So that's boots on the ground stuff that you can see from a level of an hourly employee.
Yeah.
Not some corporate deal, but jobs are being created. But can you imagine if you get an email or a memo at Walmart saying, hey, guess what? We're going to give you a raise and you're going to get a bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the trickle down effect, you look at the different aspects of the plan. We've had our professional expert in that area of taxation is Jake Alexander Financial. He's been on the show and he talked about some of the specifics, some of the areas where we're going to see more breaks as the time goes by. But overall, the economy's looking great. The Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete, Bradenton, Sarasota, this whole Gulf Coast of our listening audience, real estate's booming, investment is being doubled down. A lot of the developers I'm talking to are doubling down on their investments.
Yes.
They're building properties. So, right now we're looking for listings is the key right now to keep the inventory flowing for the buyers that are coming into the market, because we are in a lack of inventory right now.
Florida has so much to offer. I mean, we're a peacock of benefits. It's amazing. You look at upstate New York, for example, they have to give taxes away just to get businesses back. So you have these high taxation states that lost business. I mean, they just hemorrhage jobs. Yeah. Jobs would leave the state or the country. Why did the South grow? Why is the South the new manufacturing sector? Because they didn't have the high taxes and a lot of the costs, EPA costs, things like that. Yep. Florida's wonderful. We've got the weather. We've got the beaches, and we've got incredible tax rates. We don't pay a state income tax. Property tax is very affordable. It is just such a win-win situation, and taxes are really at the heart of business and business growth.
Yeah, we saw Alabama just signed a deal with, I believe it was Saturn, one of the companies, the car dealership companies. There's a lot of investment being done in downtown Tampa, a lot of infrastructure being built. So there's a lot of good things happening, and I look in the future too. I look for that to continue here in Tampa Bay. We had Jason Brooks on yesterday. He's talking about that. The mortgage rates are going to possibly creep up this year, and even though they're still going to be in 5 and 6% at the worst case. Maybe they get up to 7%, but still, that's where it was back in 03 and 04 and 05.
It's funny, and I always talk about how I think that the rates are going to go up, and that it's a good thing. There's a health benefit to a little higher interest rate. Artificially low-propped interest rates are not a sign of a healthy economy. It's a sign of a vitamin shot. That's right. Let's talk about, if you want to get surgery, you're going to see a surgeon. We had a dentist here in the last show. He's a funny guy. You're going to get your teeth worked on, you're going to see a dentist. Really, I think for our country to have a successful, proven businessman as our leader is going to be a good thing. We've had plenty of talking heads that know how to give good speeches. We've had presidents who were attorneys. Business drives our economy and our country, and we have a successful businessman as a president. And if the press can get away with trying to constantly destroy him, and it's making them look bad, let the guy do his job. Our business looks very favorable, in my opinion.
Yeah, my health club, Lifetime Fitness over by the mall, had put out a press release last week. They removed all of the major networks, Fox, CNN, CNBC. They've removed all of that programming from the televisions that are on in the gym. And I thought it was interesting. Last time I was in there, I looked and seen, they've got all the different stations up now. Instead, you got more sports and even some of the Survivor shows were on and stuff. So stay with us here, Consumer Quarterback Show. More from our expert contributors here. Coming up, we got John Gaston representing WeBeam TV, and more from our expert contributors. Stay with us. And our feel-good story of the week: stranger on a train pays distraught woman's electric bill over the phone. Our feel-good story of the week, and we're going to tell you something good. Stay with us.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a longtime quarterback on our sports teams, former USF football player. Quarterbacking introductions now to our expert contributors, 80-plus show partners here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, CPAs, financial advisors, attorneys. So many ways that we can help you sort through a lot of the nonsense in the mainstream media. We're going to provide you non-commission-based advice. We're going to help you win. Published author. Check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves, is available on Amazon. And we also want to give a plug to Signature Massage and Facial Spa. And are you looking for a place to get a massage or a facial at an affordable price, but without having to sign up for a membership? Look no further. At Signature Massage and Facial Spa, they offer a 1-hour Swedish massage for $49.95. Always no contracts. Come in early during the early bird hours and receive an additional $10 off. And for those muscles and knots that need extra work, ask about getting a deep tissue or sports massage. And if skincare is what you're looking for, they have amazing facial and microderm packages. Check out Signature Massage and Facial Spa, 11248 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa, or call 813-925-8898, 925-8898 to schedule an appointment, and let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. You get $10 off of your first service. And we are here in studio, live from Salem Communications. James DeGerome in the house. He's a executive show producer here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Ron Fuller, director of broker sales for Mossy Oak Fence, and John Gaston, WeBeam TV, going to be talking about content is king. Let me tell you about a couple of hot listings we have before we get back to our expert contributors. 3610 Casablanca Avenue on St. Pete Beach. This is a rare find. It's a duplex here. 3-bedroom, 3-bath property. Don Cesar, just north of the Don Cesar subdivision and just south of our hotel partner, Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora, right on Casablanca Avenue. It's a rare find duplex, just beautifully priced here at $599, over 2,000 square feet, heated here on a quarter-acre lot. Actually, double lot here in that area.
Duplexes, man, they're great.
Great investment opportunity. And we got an entry-level starter home here, opportunity, 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 1 and 1/2 bath, 2614 Cove Cay Drive, unit number 302 in Clearwater. It's Cove Cay Village. It's $115,000, 810 square feet, and it's a well-maintained, somewhat upgraded condominium here in the Cove Cay community, where you have golf, waterfront community, warehouse, or marina, clubhouse, that is, restaurant, pro shop, tennis, sauna, fitness, and pool here at Cove Cay. So check us out. PlatinumMVPRealty.com, PlatinumMVPRealty.com. And let's go ahead and bring John Gaston into the conversation. John with WeBeam TV, and content is king, John. It really is.
Absolutely. You got to have it. I mean, it's one of those things now that if you don't have it, you're left behind. You know, big time left behind.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for you to develop content, to gear content. You can develop seasonally appropriate advice. You know, things change with the season. There's many different options for entrepreneurs now to be able to start their own show. So what do people do with you? They can start their own show. They can put up a blog, video type blog.
Yeah, we actually we're always looking for new shows like your show. You know, we have the ability to. And since we have our own station, we have a lot more cut times than anybody else does. So what we tell people is to come in, you start your own show, and then you take those shows and then you put them all over social media. You know, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever they're popular at that point in time. Even heck, we can even go to Twitch. You know, which is a gamer's platform. But believe it or not, that whole platform now is turned into all kind. They have cooking shows. They have all type of. I mean, it was just a gamer side, but now it's actually turned into almost like a YouTube.
Hey, John, what's the difference between branding and content?
Well, branding is the look and the feel of your business, like your logos, your colors, your schemes. Content is establishing yourself as the expert. Okay, like Brandon is the expert that we know that does the real estate in Tampa Bay, one of the top agents in Tampa Bay. So the video content helps you quickly establish yourself.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, people, because nowadays more so than 10 years ago even, people would start off with a blog. They would actually write a bunch of words. Nowadays, it's like we're so lazy as consumers. We just want to click a button and sit back and watch the content.
Exactly. We're a tell me now society, and we want to know now. We don't want to have to pull an encyclopedia off the shelf. We don't want to have to go do our own research. We want someone to tell us.
That's right.
So we ingest going, oh, well, if this person said it, and again, if you establish yourself as the expert, then you have enough it's amazing. You know, it used to be, you know, you could have someone walk around and saying they're the best, they're the best, they're the best, they're the best, and people wouldn't care because they didn't have anybody to listen to them. Now, because of social justice, and in a way, it's like, okay, well, this guy's got 1 million followers, so he's got to be right.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. You verify it based on the amount of subscribers, and then it gets into, you know, you can buy likes on Facebook, you can buy subscribers, you can go to those sites like Fiverr. So how do you really know when you just look at that?
Well, actually, you know, that I'm glad you asked that question, because YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter and Instagram, they know now that these are not, and actually could get you banned or shut down for a time, and then they'll reset your account.
Because they can look at the different profiles or just see how fast they were all added.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Typically, when you go through Fiverr and those other things, your likes and your followers, they jump dramatically, like almost within 4 or 5 days.
Right.
So Twitter and YouTube, they know now. They're like, nah. And especially when they're going in and going, well, these people literally hit you for a millisecond and now they're gone and they've never come back.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it's
how do they really
IP.
like it?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting when you look at that, when you think about, you know, the perception versus the reality a lot of times in marketing, and that's what it is. But yeah, I like your question about branding, Ron, you know, because, you know, when I was kind of cutting my teeth as a realtor, I'm like, man, you know, I love real estate. I grew up as the quarterback, and then, you know, I started thinking, man, I need to develop this persona. You know, you look at some of the successful brands out there with, you know, the pink this or the, you know, whatever, however they structure it. So that's when I said, okay, let's do the real estate quarterback. That sounds interesting. I like that. I can own that because I was a quarterback, and it has a metaphoric meaning to it where we're quarterbacking transactions, quarterbacking introductions to our contributors, quarterbacking transactions for our sellers. So I love the branding aspect of business and how, you know, you see some of the brands because it's top of mind. It's more about the subconscious mind. The more that people can think about that, and they think about, you know, the top plumber, you know, I know there's a Ben Franklin out there or whatever it might be.
The visual stimulus, but also that's the growth of John's whole business. You know, the whole idea that everything is video related all of a sudden. This is a new phenomenon that, you know.
This is the first time, and I've been in this industry for almost 30 years. This is the first time in the last 2 years where I walk into a networking group or I work into a group, and I walk in there, absolutely everybody in that room needs me.
Yeah.
And that's typically unheard of. You know, for a while there was everybody needs a website guy or everybody needs this. It's videos come around to the point where if you're in a networking group and there's a video guy in there, you should be just crawling all over him to get information and get work done.
Have you seen the numbers for the amount of video kids watch today? The generations, as they come up, more and more time spent, whether it's the phone or whatever apparatus it is, they're in front of video at some point in the day. It's exponentially greater than our generation, our parents.
Let me give you an example, okay? The Super Bowl has, I mean, Brandon, you know, how many people watch the Super Bowl?
Gosh, it's close to 100 million or
all around
like
the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are these games online, these streamers, right? And they're team players, and it's amazing. They will stream these games in world competitions and have almost double the amount of people watching the stream than the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's why EA Sports and all those guys, they're all, I mean, ESPN is going after these gamers because they're like, we're missing out. We're missing the boat here.
I never would have saw that coming. To think that someone saw that and said, boy, they'd love to watch me play. It seems so passive. It doesn't relate kids jumped on it,
The trends of where things are going. And just the other day, to your point too, John, you were talking about kids watching videos. I'll have my daughter, Braylon, will help me with certain tasks with real estate or whatnot. So she'll pull up YouTube. So she's watching this channel. I think it was actually on Instagram as we were driving this time. But so it was a channel where, the kids buy the glue and the solution and they make the slime. And then they put the different things in the slime and they go like this with their hands and they do. So the person had over 1 million followers just by being a slime commercial. They make these slimes and they're
okay.
Somehow
So my
monetizing
question
it.
is did she go and make the slime?
Oh, she loves that stuff.
Hook, line, and sinker, man.
Yeah, that was part of her Christmas gifts. Was a big old jug of glue, and they love getting creative with that stuff and calling it different names, and they trade it with their friends, kind of like we used to trade baseball cards.
Duct tape. Remember a few years ago, it was duct tape stuff you made. You can make shoes out of duct tape.
Yeah, belts.
Yeah. So you look at the trends, and then then the drones. That's another side. You got the drones, and then now they have it where they fly them through the little round deals,
the races.
and they go around.
The drone races are absolutely some of the coolest thing you'll ever watch.
Yeah.
Makes NASCAR look like turtles racing.
Yeah.
I'm nothing against NASCAR. I don't want to be no hate mail.
Yeah, no hate mail.
but again, it takes you back to the video content is king. I mean, I remember when websites first came out, and we were all flabbergasted that we could have high resolution pictures on our website.
Yeah.
Think about that. I mean, and having that done, your web guy's like, oh man, that's just a lot. I don't know if I can make it look, and it was a very big deal. Now, if you don't have video on your website, you're absolutely you've missed the boat.
Yeah, it's so powerful. I mean, it's everything you can say, and then you can show it, and then these kids know it. In fact, I recently saw an article. The gentleman with the kids in UCLA pulled his kid out of UCLA to play basketball. Mm-hmm. They went ahead and just put their games on Facebook. He said, we don't need, I'll just put them on Facebook. And 100,000 people are watching his kids play basketball on Facebook.
Wow.
So he doesn't have to worry about, he's not so concerned that the kid lost a scholarship. He's still getting the exposure. And it's just being an entrepreneur and pushing his message out there and finding a way using technology today to get that video out there.
All right.
That's pretty crazy. All right, stay with us here when we come back. More from our expert contributors here in studio. And we have our Name That Tune segment coming up. We're going to have some fun songs here. We've got Name That Tune are from Billboard's Top 100 Best Jock Jams. It's Jock Jams are songs heard at sporting events and the year released and the number of the song in terms of a ranking coming up in our Feel Good Story of the Week. Stranger on a train pays distraught woman's electric bill over the phone. So stay with us here. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show. Giving a shout out to our official hotel partner, Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach, our official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. It's the first new hotel built on St. Pete Beach in decades, and you've got the restaurant on site, the Castile restaurant, with award-winning food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And matter of fact, the chef, we just learned, is a former White House chef as well. And you got the rooftop 360 lounge and beautiful views of the Gulf of Mexico, overlooking the Intercoastal Waterway and the Gulf of Mexico here. Now, make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and you're going to get 20% off of your room stay over at Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach here in lovely Tampa Bay. And we'll let you know about, as the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, a hot listing that we have on Clearwater Beach, Mandalay Avenue in Clearwater Beach. It's a gorgeous property, 1024 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater. 2-bedroom, 2-bath property, over 1,800 square feet. Split floor plan, beautifully located on the north side of Clearwater Beach, minutes from all that the Gulf Coast has to offer. You got private beach parking and mature landscaping fenced in. You got pavers all the way around. Gorgeous property here on Clearwater Beach. Looking for a buyer, we want you to reach out. Also, if you're looking for foreclosures, we got foreclosure inventory on our website as well at platinummvprealty.com. If you're looking for an investment opportunity, platinummvprealty.com. All right, in studio today, we've got James DeGerome. He's an executive show producer with the Consumer Quarterback Show. Ron Fuller is the director of broker sales for Mossy Oak Fence. And John Gatson, he's the owner of WeBeam TV. And let's go ahead and do our Tell Me Something Good segment here. So we're going to have a Name That Tune segment.
Ladies and gentlemen, name that tune.
All right, name that tune. We're going to have some fun here. So we got Jock Jams, Billboard's top 100 best Jock Jams, and these are ranked on from 1969 all the way up to 1992. All right, here we go. Number one.
Reaching out.
No, you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Is it Neil Diamond?
It is Neil Diamond.
Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
There you go. This is the Red Sox.
What is it?
The Red Sox play the song?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How do the Red Sox name that or get that song? Is he from there?
I don't know, but every seventh inning stretch.
That's right. Yep. All right, here's number 2, 1981.
Ozzy.
Yes.
Crazy Train.
1981.
Yeah, I remember. This is a good kickoff song. Everyone, right before kickoff is a big one.
That is a good one.
More cowbell.
Yeah, more cowbell. Here's one from 1992.
I'm taking it back to the old school, because I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you want to get down, I'm going to show you the way.
I can hear the refrain.
Yeah, something it is, and it's Tag Team.
I was going to say, I thought it was 95 South or something.
Yeah, that's a different one. I know that one. So that was number 14. By the way, Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne was number 9. Sweet Caroline was number 20 on the list. And this song here is number 22 on the list. So,
is it Billy Idol?
That is.
Money, money.
Money, money.
That's a remake, too, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Money, money. What is money, money?
Yeah.
Just one of those weird deals. All right, so we always have a positive segment here where we're going to tell you something good. So we're going to tell you something good here. Positivity injection. All right, so we got a stranger on a train that pays distraught woman's electric bill. So an act of kindness by a stranger on a train has spurred a young woman to recount his goodwill on social media. The Israeli public has responded with utter joy. So according to Facebook post by Daniel Danino, a woman on the train was in tears begging the electric company to consider it about her family's circumstances and reconnect their electric despite the outstanding debt of nearly $500. A man sitting nearby overheard the distraught woman pleading with the electric company and not only offered to pay the bill, but gave the electric company his credit card information over the phone right there on the train. This is her Facebook post. It says, "Friends, meet the angel Ofer Izak. the man without Facebook, but with the greatest soul I've ever met, Danina wrote on the public photo she took. I get off the train, and with the hope and faith in people, there are still people who do things for others without expecting anything in return. I was left with my mouth hanging open, speechless and full of the senses of pride being part of this nation of that galvanizes others during times of distress. Friends, share this post so that it reaches this amazing guy that will be filled with pride as well. So, cool story.
Very awesome. The best part about it, he didn't publicize it at all. Someone, put it up there, and then the reaction. So it's totally organic. That's the best kind of thing about that.
Yeah. He's not looking for the
right.
self-publication there. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right. Nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. James DeGerome.
Well, Brandon, we talk a lot about teams. We met through a team concert when you were playing ball, and I just feel like the team aspect of the quarterback show is the thing that is going to stay with the people. I want them to really feel that. I want them to come out, see how we do things, watch the show, and enjoy the show, and certainly the shows are great. But the team aspect of the partners getting together and the whole concept of being part of the group, I think that's the selling point. I think that's something that is not considered enough. You go to a lot of these groups, and people talk about their business, and certainly that's what we're about. We're going to refer business to you. We're going to worry about your business. We want you to be part of the team. We want you to see what it looks like and be part of the group and really feel the bond that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Ron Fuller, Mossy Oak.
Yeah, following up on that, this is great. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy this. It's something I look forward to every week that I'm coming on. It's great. People are amazing. If you're a smart business person, you need to do this. My words of wisdom would be: if your fence is starting to fail, don't wait until it's blown down and now your dog or your children are in jeopardy. If your fence is looking weak, give us a call.
Yes, sir. All right, John Gaston, WeBeam TV.
Content is key. You need video. I mean, I just can't say that enough. Video is the most important thing today that you need for your marketing.
And what kind of video? Could be something as simple as just putting together nuggets of advice or what happened in the news that week.
Handshake videos, something's going on this week that you want everybody to know. Mm-hmm. You got an event going on. And then, you know what? It's like you could actually do something like for you, Brandon. You could do the real estate minute.
Right.
Every day. Going in there, hey, look, you know what? This is where it's trending today. Or I've got a brand new house. You really need to look at it. This has just come on the market. If you beat everybody to it, it just makes you it just establishes you more as the expert.
Yeah, and then some of the other ideas of utilizing the paid functions of Facebook or other platforms to get extra likes and extra views on that. What have you seen in that
Well,
side?
that algorithm has changed.
Yeah,
Facebook did a reboot January 3rd, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to run multiple timelines now depending on who you're marketing to, because millennials don't want you to market to them if like you would a boomer.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with the Gen Ys and the Gen X's. So now when you're marketing, you got to send multiple markets out going, okay, this is literally going to go after the Gen Ys.
Right.
Or this is going to go after the millennials, or this is going to go after the boomers. And that's what Facebook is telling us to do now.
Yeah, it's the messaging, the way that you message it, the way that you
direct
present
content.
the information. Yeah, and the more that you can make your content seem more of information, it's more of an information.
Yeah, don't make it pitchy. If you make it like a sales pitch, you'll especially the millennials and the Gen X's, the Gen Y, you'll lose them in immediately.
Right.
They want information.
Absolutely.
That's what they want.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. And kind of early on the weekend games here, but who are you picking?
Well, I can't believe Jacksonville's gotten to this point. Going to cold weather, Florida team. So I'm with them now. I want to see them beat New England. I'm tired of New England anyway. But
Amen.
I want to see our state have a team in the finals. And
that'd be cool.
On the other side, Philadelphia, this story was great. Then the guy goes down, and I'm still wanting to see them make it, even with the backup quarterback in there. So I think that's who I'm picking. Philadelphia. I'm going Philadelphia Jacksonville.
And it should be the Saints in there. I mean, that was such a bonehead play about that safety.
Man, amazing that would happen. And you feel for that. The first thing I thought was no elation. I just felt so sad for the guy, man. I just know how his teammate, how he's a rookie, and he's got to go back in that. He's going to sit on that.
The Miami, hey, look, that Miami kicker. has finally got someone to take his place.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All the guy had to do was just literally just kind of lay on the guy and just kind of force him out of bounds.
One of those
over.
plays that you're going to show, NFL Films going to show every year as part of their open every season. That'll never going to go away. That guy's going to be 80 years old.
Laces out, right?
His grandchildren are going to go, Dad, you should have just wrapped it. Just get your arms around his legs.
Yeah, Ray Finkel. Yep.
See, even knows the name.
Yeah.
All right, so had some fun here on the show. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food, pack up some clothing, some blankets you have, and hand it out to somebody as you go down the road. You'll see them on the side of the roads out there. Be a force for good in the community and consider a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.